Hey, everybody. Just wanted to talk about something really quick. The world is dealing with climate change, famine, war, oppression, and violent people killing us. What is American media and politicians' talking points? Donald Trump is a criminal. And he should go to jail for the rest of his life. We all know about business and politics. We're not stupid. In my opinion, a lot of these people are criminals in business and politics. So why the hubbub over Trump? I'm wondering what's in the papers that he took. And let's all be real. Donald Trump left the papers for somebody else to pack up, and he had thousands of boxes, and when they asked for specific papers, how do you go through thousands of boxes to find specific papers? Why aren't they checking these boxes as they leave the White House or wherever they're leaving his office or wherever? Why aren't the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, why aren't they checking all these boxes to see what these presidents are taking? I don't know. I think, in my opinion, most of these papers must have something to do with the Democrats or his enemies, supposedly. Like, we should be enemies in the same country. But his enemies. And he's showing the documents to who? Spies? I don't think so. He's showing them to his buddies to show off. And they're probably all outdated. And I would have to think 90% of them show his opponents in a bad light. And that's why these guys don't want that information out there. I really would like to know how many of these documents are critical to the security of the United States. And if they are, then he should go to jail. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think his intent is to sell them to other countries and profit, or to put the United States in harm's way. So that would be intent. And I don't think he has intent to do any of those things. So why the hubbub over Trump?
Well, Jerry, I think you're right, Jerry. I think they're out to get me. They don't like me because I'm more bigly than they are. I have more money than they have. I'm better looking than they are. I'm smarter than they are. I think that they are out to get me. This is a personal vendetta. I'm from New York. Most people in the U.S. think New Yorkers are pushy, bossy, and moving too fast. Also, I say what's on my mind with no filter.
LBJ lies about the Vietnam War and starts the Vietnam War over a lie. What happens to LBJ? Absolutely nothing.
Here's LBJ spitting gems about the Vietnam War.
My fellow Americans, as President and Commander-in-Chief, it is my duty to the American people to report that renewed hostile actions against United States ships on the high seas in the Gulf of Tonkin have today required me to order the military forces of the United States to take action in reply. The initial attack on the destroyer Maddox on August 2nd was repeated today by a number of hostile vessels attacking two U.S. destroyers with torpedoes. The destroyers and supporting aircraft acted at once on the orders I gave after the initial act of aggression. But repeated acts of violence against the armed forces of the United States must be met not only with alert defense, but with positive reply.
Richard Nixon lies, cheats. What happens to Richard Nixon? His family sues the United States for $200 million if they want his tapes and his papers. The government passes a law saying that all information created by the president when he's in office belongs to the United States after. But they still pay the Nixon family $18 million to get the tapes and the papers.
Here's Richard Nixon spitting gems about Watergate.
The press is the enemy. The press is the enemy. The press is the enemy. The establishment is the enemy. The professors are the enemy. The professors are the enemy. Write that in the blackboard 100 times and never forget it.
And I want to say this to the television audience. I made my mistakes, but in all of my years of public life, I have never profited from public service. I've earned every cent. And in all of my years of public life, I have never obstructed justice. And I think, too, that I can say that in my years of public life, that I welcome this kind of examination, because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook.
Gerald Ford, what did he do? He pardoned the crook before him. That's how he became president. A deal. He made a deal with Nixon and his people to become president.
Here's Gerald Ford spitting gems about pardoning Richard Nixon.
To determine the right thing for me to do with respect to my predecessor in this place, Richard Nixon, and his loyal wife and family. Theirs is an American tragedy in which we all have played a part. It could go on and on and on, or someone must write the end to it. I have concluded that only I can do that.
Jimmy Carter, he ran the country into the ground, and then he tried to say that it wasn't his fault or the government's fault, but it was the people's fault. It was the people's fault that there was a gas shortage. It was the people's fault that there was a recession, because they had a bad attitude.
Here's Jimmy Carter spitting gems on how the fuel shortage and the recession were the people's fault.
I know, of course, being president, that government actions and legislation can be very important. That's why I've worked hard to put my campaign promises into law. And I have to admit, with just mixed success. But after listening to the American people, I have been reminded again that all the legislation in the world can't fix what's wrong with America. So I want to speak to you first tonight about a subject even more serious than energy or inflation. I want to talk to you right now about a fundamental threat to American democracy. I do not mean our political and civil liberties. They will endure. And I do not refer to the outward strength of America, a nation that is at peace tonight everywhere in the world, with unmatched economic power and military might. The threat is nearly invisible in ordinary ways. It is a crisis of confidence.
Next up, Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, that's right. What did Ronald Reagan do? What did Ronald Reagan lie about? Ronald Reagan lied about Iran-Contra. That's right. Trading weapons, using drug money to buy weapons, to trade weapons. All kinds of illegal action there. Iran-Contra, Ronald Reagan's big lie.
Here's Ronald Reagan spitting gems about Iran-Contra.
First, let me say I take full responsibility for my own actions and for those of my administration. As angry as I may be about activities undertaken without my knowledge, I am still accountable for those activities. As disappointed as I may be in some who served me, I am still the one who must answer to the American people for this behavior. And as personally distasteful as I find secret bank accounts and diverted funds, well, as the Navy would say, this happened on my watch. Let's start with the part that is the most controversial. A few months ago, I told the American people I did not trade arms for hostages. My heart and my best intentions still tell me that's true, but the facts and the evidence tell me it is not.
How about George Bush Sr.? What was George Bush Sr.'s big lie? Read my lips. No new taxes.
Here's George H.W. Bush spitting gems about no new taxes.
I'm the one who will not raise taxes. My opponent now says he'll raise them as a last resort or a third resort. But when a politician talks like that, you know that's one resort he'll be checking into. My opponent won't rule out raising taxes, but I will, and the Congress will push me to raise taxes, and I'll say no. And they'll push, and I'll say no. And they'll push again, and I'll say to them, read my lips. No new taxes.
Who's next? Oh, yes, our good buddy Bill Clinton. That's right, Bill Clinton. We all know what Bill Clinton lied about, right? I absolutely did not have sexual relations with that woman. That's right, that's Bill Clinton's big lie. We all saw through that, didn't we?
Here's Bill Clinton spitting gems about his love life.
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people. Thank you. Well, I think you know what it means. It means that that there is not a sexual relationship, an improper sexual relationship, or any other kind of improper relationship. There is not a sexual relationship. That is accurate. I did not urge anyone to say anything that was untrue. I did not urge anyone to say anything was untrue. That's my statement to you. Beyond that, I think it's very important that we let the investigation take its course. But I want you to know that that is my clear position. I didn't ask anyone to go in there and say something that's not true. I don't even know. All I know is what I have read here. But I'm going to cooperate. I didn't ask anybody not to tell the truth. There is no improper relationship. The allegations I have read are not true.
That's why this country used to be great. The people used to decide who was full of bald butter and who wasn't.
My fellow citizens, at this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger. We have no ambition in Iraq except to remove a threat and restore control of that country to its own people. The people of the United States and our friends and allies will not live at the mercy of an outlaw regime that threatens the peace with weapons of mass murder. We will meet that threat now. My fellow citizens, the dangers to our country and the world will be overcome.
What was Barack Obama's big lie? Barack Obama said that he wasn't spying on us, and we know that he was. They passed a law saying it was okay to spy on us. They were spying on us, and he went on TV and he lied about it.
Here's Barack Obama spitting gems about how he's not spying on us and the government's not spying on us.
The men and women of the intelligence community, including the NSA, consistently follow protocols designed to protect the privacy of ordinary people. They're not abusing authorities in order to listen to your private phone calls or read your emails. When mistakes are made, which is inevitable in any large and complicated human enterprise, they correct those mistakes. Now, given the fact of an open investigation, I will say that our nation's defense depends in part on the fidelity of those entrusted with our nation's secrets. If any individual who objects to government policy can take it into their own hands to publicly disclose classified information, then we will not be able to keep our people safe or conduct foreign policy. Now, the reforms I'm proposing today should give the American people greater confidence that their rights are being protected, even as our intelligence and law enforcement agencies maintain the tools they need to keep us safe. And I'm confident that we can shape an approach that meets our security needs while upholding the civil liberties of every American. The bottom line is that people around the world, regardless of their nationality, should know that the United States is not spying on ordinary people who don't threaten our national security.
And here I am indicted for taking home papers. I didn't pack the van. Why doesn't the NSA, the FBI, the archives look through the boxes as they're packing up my trucks and take out whatever they want? This is a personal vendetta by my opponents, for some of the paperwork I have makes them look bad. Everything should be checked before the president leaves the White House. Once I'm gone, I'm gone. Thank you.
Donald Trump. What did Donald Trump lie about? We don't know yet. Probably quite a few things. I'm sure Donald Trump has lied about a lot of things. And our current president, Joe Biden, we're yet to find out what he's lied about. So unfortunately, he didn't make this cartoon. But I have a feeling that he's lied about quite a few things. Oh, wait a second. There he is. We're just not going to say anything about him because we don't know what he's lied about. I have some good ideas, though. I think Hunter might be in the mix there. I think maybe taking money from other countries might be in the mix. But of course, we have no facts to back any of that up, and time hasn't passed to prove it. So we'll have to just leave Joe out of it for now, and we'll see where Joe's lies fall. All right, that'll do it for today. I just needed to get that out there because I felt there has to be a reason why everybody's going after Donald Trump. And I think the reason is some of those papers that he has make his opponents look bad and has nothing to do with the security of the United States of America. Peace, everybody.
Well, when the president does it, that means that it is not illegal.
Chicken farm time.
Way back in 2010, this little town under band, we were touring America then. North and south, up and down the East Coast, hard, fun, and tough, and there are things you remember most. In a New Jersey town, a friendly voice called out like a familiar sound, took us on into their home, the mighty ever-loving Bumpskey radio and TV show. Mighty ever-loving Bumpskey radio, for all your love and kindness, helping people shine. For all fans like us, you giving up your time, we all thank you and wish you so well. Bumpskey, happy 25. Bumpskey, happy 25. Bumpskey, happy 25. Happy 25, Bumpskey.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you. Yes. Welcome to the Bumpskey Show. Marty Smarty McFarty. That's who that is. Marty from the On Fires. What an excellent song. I hope you can get Marty to actually do another version of that kind of sounds and looks better. I don't want to be a douche and bother Marty, because he did that when I said anybody want to send a video for our 25th anniversary. And I totally appreciate the effort and everything. I just kind of wish I had a better version. That's all. How you doing? Welcome to today's therapy session. I thought I'd start the show off with I need to go through therapy right at the beginning of the show here, because I'm the type of person that tries to do the right thing whenever I can. And I'm loyal and I try and help people. And I think that possibly the return on that is the person, is loyal to you and supports you. And, it's kind of like when you're creating a friendship, it's like an even give and take between two people. So a lot of times I wind up on the opposite end, which is cool. Hey, it's life, right? Everybody runs into this in their life, I'm sure. So there was this guy who's an entertainer that I thought was kind of goofy, and I was like, okay, he does a podcast, so I'll go on his podcast. And I went on his podcast, and I went down to his place where he does the podcast, and I bought weed, and I bought pastries. I went to a fancy, not fancy, but I went to a nice Italian bakery and got real Italian pastries, because this guy's whole thing is being Italian. That's his whole shtick. So I bought him pastries, and, you know, I went down there, and I was very happy to be on his podcast. I'm happy to be anywhere. I'm happy that anybody even talks to me or listens to me, because it's difficult to get anybody to do that. So, you know, I went down there, and of course, you know, I go down there and I'm like, oh, okay, dude, now you got to come on my show. You know, I've been doing a show for 25 years. It might be nice if you could come on my show. And he was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. But, you know, I travel around a lot. I'm a busy guy. You know, I'm an entertainer. I have a career. Okay. I understand. So, I guess about a year and a half goes by. And then he contacts me again. Oh, you want to come on my podcast? We had fun. I'd like to have you on again. So I go, sure. And I go down there. Oh, well, actually, in between those two times, I did a live show from a illegal cannabis dispensary in Trenton, New Jersey, but that was being run by this guy Weedman and his partner Debbie. And I went down there and did a live broadcast, and Mike kind of called in on the show and did Mike Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Mike has this character, which is a direct ripoff of the Fast Times at Ridgemont High Mike Spicoli guy. And it's like his cousin somebody. So he came on, he did that. I was like, okay. I was like, Mike, I'd still love to have you on the show. And he said, yeah, sure, Jerry, I'd love to be on the show. And, you know, I tune into Mike does this morning walk on his, when he's out doing gigs, and he does cruise ships and all kinds of stuff. So I would watch his morning walk, and I'd watch his show live from my mother's basement. And, you know, I went on a second time. The second time I bought pastries again, and I bought weed. And the second time I was on the show, I was like, oh, you know, I'm just going to go outside and smoke a joint. Would you like to smoke with me? And Mike was like, nah, no, thanks. So I went out and smoked a joint, and I also smoked a cigarette. So I go back inside, and let me say this, it was like minus 10 degrees outside. So I go back inside, and Mike's like, okay, come on, we're going to do the show now. And Mike recorded the show. He didn't do it live, like I do it live. And he says to me as I sit down right before we start the show, he goes, oh, fuck, did you smoke a cigarette? Now I got a headache from your cigarette smoke. You smell like cigarette smoke. Okay, let's do it. Come on. I'm like, okay, let's do the interview. You don't even want to sit next to me, but let's do the interview. Okay. So we do the interview. That's all good, you know, and I continue to support Mike, and every once in a while I reach out and go, hey, Mike, how would you like to be on the show? And he'd be like, I'm busy, and then this and that. And then he actually played at a bar in the town that we're in. And I was like, well, you're going to be like a block away, or not even a quarter of a mile away, let's say. Why don't you stop in and do the show? Oh, if I have time, I'll stop by. And nothing. And then, you know, I'm watching Mike's walks every day. About 2 months ago, no Mike Marino. And then I hear that Mike Marino passed away. I'm like, oh my God, Mike Marino passed away. That's horrible. And then I find out on Instagram, I see Mike. He does this broadcast where he's like, I'm in Honduras and I'm sick, and they don't know what's wrong with me, and they're going to ship me back to Florida. So I go, okay, so they're going to ship him back to Florida. So then he's in Florida, and he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to. So I'm like, I got his number. I text him. I'm like, dude, you want to ride, or I Instagram him, or whatever he was doing it through. I'm like, dude, I'll come down and pick you up if you want. I'll bring you some White Castles, trying to make a joke with the guy. And he finally, his fiance picks him up and brings him back to New Jersey, and he's in the hospital, and his fiance comes on and goes, oh, it'd be nice for Mike to see some people. So I said, okay, I'd love to go see Mike and see how he's doing. So I go, and Mike is obviously not up to 100% being Mike. And I also, I think his fiance said to me, I'm not positive about this part, but she was like, oh yeah, you're the guy that bought a joint last time. Are you going to bring a joint this time? And I was like, sure, if you'd like. And she said, yeah, it's pretty stressful. I'd like a joint. Sure. So I bring one. So I show up at the hospital. I spend a little time with Mike. I'm like, Mike, if you need anything, let me know. All that good stuff. And Mike's getting better, which is good. I'm not exactly sure. I believe, and don't hold me to this, but I believe I heard that Mike had some kind of brain tumor that they removed. And it was cancerous, I believe. So now Mike is getting better, and, he's talking about getting started again. And Mike's show is live from my mother's basement. And then he was talking about doing a show live from my father's garage. And then yesterday, I tune in and he's doing an Instagram live from his parents' grave. And, I'm thinking, and I love Mike. Mike is a good guy and stuff. But everybody that I've said, hey, you should check out this comedian, they're all like, hey, he's not that funny, Jerry. I'm like, okay, well, he's a nice guy. Yeah, but we don't care if he's a nice guy. All right. So I'm thinking maybe to help the show out, maybe Mike could do something like live from the chemo chair show. Maybe try that one. Since he's doing live from the grave site with his fiance, maybe he could do live from like the chemo chair, or I don't know, live from my mother's vagina, or I don't know. There's like all these different hooks you could do the live from, live from, how about live from the living room? That's a good one. You could possibly do that. So, and then during the broadcast, they're kind of like, oh yeah, Mike is going to stop recording his shows and just do it live. I told him that he's wasting time and money recording it, and just go out live, and if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. That's true. When you do live shows, if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. And if you're funny, you're funny. If you're not funny, you're not funny. So it's definitely different than recording. There's definitely a truth to that. Can't take anything back. Although I do kind of like any dead air I remove from the show when I put up the enhanced version. And I also increase the volume. So I do make some changes. So we're looking forward to Mike's live from series. Like I said, live from my fiance's vagina. There you go. There's a good one. Live from the McDonald's on Main and 47th Street. So the whole live from thing could go on forever. I don't know if Mike got funny, so if you were one of those peoples that I turned on to Mike, Mike did have some brain surgery, so maybe that might have made him funnier. I know he was talking about he's going to do a whole bunch of near death and medical jokes and stuff like that he's got a whole bunch of new material. Yeah, I came so close to death. I saw God, and you know what? He said, you better go back now, Jerry. I'm not ready for you yet, Jerry. There you go. Some good humor. Good humor, get it? That's an ice cream company, get it? Good humor. All right, it's time for music. So I thought maybe with everything that's going on in the world right now, and I don't know what we're going to call it at this point. I guess we're going to call it the military. It's the something hammer. It's the final fury fist. It's the, I don't know. It's the, we should have done this like 20 years ago or 30 years ago. That's what it should be called. That's what I would have called it if I was president. We should have did this shit like 50 years ago, to be honest. You know, I'm so anti-war. So I know nothing ever comes good from war. It never, there's never a winner unless you annihilate the other side. You have to literally get rid of everybody from the other side. And then I guess there's a winner. But other than that, it's just like, I hope the people of Iran kind of take over and they're ready to take over and just go, you know what, we got this. And I hope Israel and the United States are smart enough to go, yeah, you know what, you do got this. Good luck. So if we're just helping some people out, more power to that. If we're doing this for other reasons, then I don't know how much behind that I am. But if we're just doing this because those guys were a bunch of scumbags and have been killing people for 50 years and we've had enough of it, you know what? I've had enough of it. I really have. I've had enough of these scum who hide behind religion. It's even worse. So, I can handle it. For now. Let's see where it goes, though. Let's see what happens. All right, speaking of protest songs, this is Allie Handel. And she's saying that we should love more. And you know what? I can't agree with Allie Handel more. What we need now is to love more. Hello?
I tried screaming at the TV, wallowing in fear, watching politicians destroy what I hold dear. I tried marching in the streets against bigotry and hate. Well, I'm doing my part to make America great, and I will not sit back. No, I won't run and hide. No, stand taller, shine brighter, and love more. Stand taller, shine brighter, and love more.
Some people understand us back to 1963, but it ain't a straight white man. That ain't where you wanna be. They can try to keep us down, but we're never gonna stop. Stronger together, we're gonna take back the top. We will not sit back. No. We won't run and hide. Stand taller, shine brighter, and love
everybody with a lot more grace. Get on our feet, make a change. Oh yeah, we gotta be the change. Stand taller, shine brighter, and love more. Stand taller, shine brighter, and love more. Stand taller, stand tall, shine brighter, and love more. 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 Stand tall, shine brighter, and love more.
Allie Handel. It's Love More. And we're all just posing as human. This is Rise. Posing as Human. Rise, a band from the Isle of Brute.
Can you tell me how it feels to be pursued across the fields, then be torn limb from limb, never knowing what you've done? Can you tell me what it takes to cut a man's throat with a blade, then to let the whole world know by taping it on video? Posing as human, posing as human, posing as human, only posing as human. Can you tell me what it is that makes a man a terrorist? Why you burn and bomb him too? Stop him doing that to you. Can you tell me why I need a man in black to intercede, for him to sanctify my bread and captive bolt me in the head? Posing as human, posing as human, posing as human, only posing as human. Can you show me where's the power in flying jet planes into towers, and shooting children in the street, or selling people poisoned meat? Can you tell me why it's right to fire rockets in the night and build a mountain out of bread while starving children wait for death? Posing as human, posing as human, posing as human, only posing as human. Can you tell me why it's wrong to say some things inside a song, but fine to burn a girl to death because of something someone read? Can you tell me who I am to be a part of this great plan, where fear and hate and all disease are chosen over health and peace. Posing as human, posing as human, posing as human, only posing as human.
Let's rise. Posing as human. Here's some welcome to the real world. Or rise for you.
It seems quite plain to me that you don't know who you are, but you know the person you would like to be. All the things you say that you accept have gone too far are really not what people want to see. It seems quite strange to me that you tell so many lies about the things you say I should believe. All those crazy stories where everybody dies and guilty people never get reprieved. You just keep on doing things the same. You always talk a good game. Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world. There's ones on me. Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world. There's ones on me. It seems quite plain to me that you live two different lives, but none of them is who you really are. All the things you say about the different things you've tried are really just a way to hide your scars. It seems quite strange to me that you light so many fires and walk away before the flames have died. And tell those crazy stories where everyone aspires to never let their friends know that they've cried. You just keep on doing things the same. You always talk of the game. Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world. There's ones on me. Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world. There's ones on me. There's ones on me. There's ones on me. There's ones on me.
Ooh, yeah. Let's rise. Welcome to the real world. Isle of Brute. Rise. Classic music on the Bumpskey Show. Rise no longer exists, but they do here. So that's not a true statement. They do exist. They're just not a band anymore. I was just on Instagram and I just saw this thing where, I guess, I don't even know what to say anymore. I guess a LGBTQ plus reverend, priest, whatever, was preaching how obvious it was that Jesus was gay because he was 30 years old, he wasn't married, and he hung out with 12 dudes. I can't believe we're at the point where that makes you gay. If you only hang out with guys and you make it to 30 years old and you haven't been married, you're gay. Really? Or when you die, people are going to go around and say that you were gay. Just because you may never take it up the ass one time in your life. But just because you hung out with guys and you weren't married, you were obviously gay. I don't know. I think you might have some people arguing that. Possibly. I don't know. There truly are guys that just don't want to get married. You know, maybe Jesus was one of those guys that just didn't want to get married. Because he knew he was going to die. He knew he was going to be crucified. I don't know. Interesting, though. So you might want to think about that. If you're a single guy and you're getting close to the age of 30, you might want to get married or don't have any male friends. Either one of the two. Better watch it. You better watch it. Why, I oughta. So, Rise, welcome to the real world, posing as human. Allie Handel, love more. All good messages, right? All songs trying to tell a story. Trying to get your attention. Say, hey, this is the way I feel. This is the way I feel. You hear me? I hear you. All right. Let's switch over to video. Up next, we have the Ain't Sisters. This one's called Gringo Turista.
Shoot it down, Lord. Man's gonna burn that oil right up out of the ground. I said I'm carrying less and living longer, multiplying and I'm growing stronger. A nuclear future destruction. Nature's gonna take it back.
little angry, eh? Gringo Turista. That was the Ain't Sisters. And this is the Anti-Groupies. This one's called I Can't. The Anti-Groupies.
Did this thing work? What the hell is this?
I can't get away, give me some space. For God's sake, I'm going crazy, and I don't like the way you've been treating me. Try and win me back, this is your game. Well, shut your mouth, I don't wanna play. And you don't gotta hear me say, get away from me. Can't you see that I'm free without you, baby? Try to lie, go and hide, you drive me crazy. Can't you see that I'm free without you, baby? Try to lie, go and hide, you drive me. So take your time, take the stage. Get on the mic and say your piece, 'cause you don't gotta tell me you're not okay. Can't you see that I'm free without you, baby? Try and lie, go and hide, you drive me crazy. Can't you see that I'm free without you, baby? Try and lie, go and hide, you drive me.
I Can't. The Anti-Groupies, and they're from California. This is Baltimore Sunday. It is therapy session. So I think I'm losing it.
I try to show, but no one sees me here. You all think that I'm estranged, and I am. Don't you think we're better off this way? spoil you with illusions, kiss. Don't you think our life's a simple gift? Seek a sweeter love and you'll share the myth. I lost the light again, tripping over my head again. I keep it screwed on tight, but it's loose again. I lost the light again, tripping over my head again. I keep it screwed on tight, but it's loose again. Situations break down who I am and who I am within. You can't hide yourself away so long. I'm losing it.
Baltimore Sunday. I'm losing it. Feels like I'm losing it. Some nice ocean sounds there. That's a good way not to lose it. So that was Baltimore Sunday. I'm losing it. And we also heard. Give me a second. And we also heard the Anti-Groupies, and they did I Can't. And we started it off with Ain't Sisters and Gringo Turista. Gringo Turista. You want to hear an interesting fact? In 1975, I'm pretty sure this is close to the end of Frank Sinatra's career. Frank Sinatra actually did a show in Iran, in Tehran, for the Shah of Iran. And in 1979, the Khomeini, Ayatollah Khomeini, took over Iran and closed down all concert halls, bars, any kind of entertainment like that, band. So can you believe since like 1979 there hasn't been a concert in Iran? I say, Bruce, perfect chance to go over to Iran and sing all your protest songs and see what happens to you there. As we free the country of Iran, Bruce can go over and sing about 2 people who got shot in Minnesota over questionable situations. You have to at least admit that. So, Bruce, why don't you go over and sing Streets of Minnesota, or what is it, Streets of Minneapolis? Why don't you go sing that in Iran, since you're going on tour? Sure, they'd like that. Ugh. Why don't you just stick to playing music and... I don't even know anymore. Bruce has the right to his own opinion. But it's unfair that he thinks his opinion's worth more than my opinion, or your opinion. Just because he's Bruce Springsteen. Because you get a bunch of clowns that'll... Oh, well, Bruce says this, and Bruce says that, so it's got to be true. And meanwhile, Bruce knows dick. Really. In the scheme of things. He may know how to write a hit song, but I don't think he's a diplomat. He could barely keep his band together at points. I don't know if he's a qualified diplomat. Or maybe he is. I don't know. It could be possible. But I think I would like to throw this out there. The people of Iran are hurting. And I think what they need right now is for you two, for Bono and Bruce, to go over and sing their anti-Trump songs for the people of Iran. I think it'll make for a good concert. I think they'll be well received. So if there's a promoter out here who can set that up, I personally would like to see that. And of course, we're praying for the soldiers over in something Fury, Fist of Fury, or something like that. I did check out the latest as far as casualties. And in the last 24 hours, they're saying no casualties. If that's anywhere near true, that's pretty freaking amazing. I can't imagine that's true, though. I gotta think that, there had to be some deaths. But if it is true, well done. Our military is just as badass as they said they were. So it's good to see that. And take care of yourselves, guys. You're watching this over in the Middle East on the internet. We send you much love. And let me know what you want to hear. There was a while where, I forget when it was, but there was a whole bunch of military people listening to the show that somebody had found it. And there was a bunch of people on a military base that were listening to the show for a while. So if you are on an aircraft carrier or anywhere in the Middle East and you're tuning into the show on your downtime, let me know if there's any kind of music you want to hear. If you know of any bands that you want to listen to, let me know. I'll play them for you. All right. I guess we could do a couple more songs. I did play a cartoon at the beginning of the show that was like 15 minutes long. So I think I still have a little time left. If you've been bored, you're gone already, right? So there's no need to worry about if you're still there or not. Get it? All right. So, what are we going to do? Should we do the Lemon Pistols? I think that's a possibility. I think I could be feeling some Lemon Pistols right now. So let's give it a shot. You ready?
There's something out there. It's after kids everywhere. It entices them, confuses them, and can even kill them. That's right. Illegal drugs are everywhere. Cocaine coaxes you in, and then when you least expect it, it grabs you. You're hooked, and it's hard to get away. And have you seen what marijuana does to some people? Oh yeah, you've seen them. Total burnouts. It slows you down. It softens your mind. And in my neighborhood, you need to move quickly and think fast. Drugs. It's a bloody shame.
Good guy.
The Lemon Pistols. This one's called Stone Cold Fox.
Kill me
Evil temptations up and down her spine. She smokes a cigarette lit by lust and desire. She's coming your way. It's easy to say. She's teasing you with silent and dirty gloves. She's alive at the light of the moon. Don't tell her you love her too soon.
Okay, Don't Tell John, Hard Luck, that was the Lemon Pistols. Don't Tell John. Tell John. Oh, I blew it, didn't I? Hard luck. I'll be right back. Better. There you go. All right. This is Nicole August.
Past the point of forgiveness, I gave it all that I had. I wish I never met you. I took the good with the bad. I took a chance on love when I thought all was dead. Fuck that girl, 'cause right now I'm sick to death in my bed. 'Cause this is what it looks like, to be honest. Because you don't know how to keep your promise. If you died tomorrow, I wouldn't miss you. I'd dance on your grave. Can't lie, won't lie, 'cause I won't put this pain on you. I want you to feel the way I do, and hurt the way I do. Want you to feel it, yeah, baby, feel it. All I want was honesty, but you took me for granted, baby. So swallow and choke on my honesty. Past the point of forgiveness, and your tired ass excuses. All the lies, they're useless. My honesty cuts through it. I took a chance on you, even when you had nothing. But that big love we had, 'cause now I'm sick to death in my head. 'Cause this is what it looks like, to be honest. Because you don't know how to keep your promises. If you died tomorrow, I wouldn't miss you. I'd dance on your grave. Can't lie, won't lie, 'cause I won't put this pain on you. Yeah. I want you to feel the way I do, and hurt the way I do. Want you to feel it, yeah, baby, feel it. All I wanted was honesty, but you took me for granted, baby. So swallow and choke on my honesty. I hear some say that you learn from these lessons. Yeah. Walk away the bigger person, but I could care less what they say. Doubt they ever had their hearts ripped out and put up on display. Why'd you treat me this way? Now it's my turn to humiliate you, yeah. Can't lie, won't lie, 'cause I won't put this pain on you. I want you to feel the way I do, and hurt the way I do. Want you to feel it, yeah, baby, feel it. All I wanted was honesty, but you took me for granted, baby. So swallow and choke on my honesty.
Nicole August, Honesty. And this is Neil Fox, therealneilfox.com. Talking about the good in us. Thank you, Neil. Neil Fox, right here on the Bumpskey Show.
I heard the terrifying news today. The lady said that I was full of hate. She said our history would die away. She said that we were never really great. And then she said I'd never be her brother. That we would have to pay for what we've done. That we could never learn to live together. And life would be much better when we're gone. Oh, you tell me what you see. Oh, are you a slave or are you free? We must open up our eyes long before we turn to dust. 'Cause the blind will never see the good in us. Then someone said it's in our DNA, embedded in us from the very start. He told us how he struggles to this day, and many thought he spoke right from the heart. Then once again the lie was resurrected. Then once again they showed us how to hate. And once again our souls became infected. And violence and fear would be our fate. Oh, won't you tell me what you see? Oh, are you a slave or are you free? We must open up our eyes long before we turn to dust. 'Cause the blind will never see the good in us. From childhood through college graduation, they teach them there are things not to discuss. Hypnotic and myopic education, and the blind will never see the good in us. A wise man said don't judge them by their color. We need to see the character within. All races have their villains and their heroes. You only need to look beyond hard to see the good in all of us.
Neil Fox, the good in us. Right, Neil? That's what it's all about. Good in us. I know it's in there. Everybody's got it. Just hard to find. Rah. Neil Fox, therealneilfox.com. Please go check out Neil Fox. Are my glasses crooked or is my head crooked? There's something going on. Is this thing crooked? I don't know. I'm a mess anyway, so it doesn't matter. Neil Fox, therealneilfox.com. I'm a big Neil Fox fan. A lot of good music in that set, dare I say, right? We had Neely Squealy Fox, right? And we had Don't Tell John, right? Who else did I play? Who was before Neil? Who the hell was before Neil? I forgot already. Oh my brain cells are gone. Nicole August, right? There you go. Nicole. I don't know if I want to go out remembering everything. I might be doing just fine. Just fine, thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention, today Bumpskey and I went out and saw Epic, which is Elvis Presley in concert. And I gotta say, I've seen a lot of stuff on Elvis. A lot of stuff. But most of that stuff I've seen is other people talking about Elvis. And then video of Elvis. Like, some guy going, yeah, Elvis was this, like his best friend, or one of the Memphis Mafia, or a lot of stuff like that. But I'd never really seen anything where the only two voices in the whole movie are Elvis and like people interviewing Elvis. So there's never anybody but Elvis answering for Elvis, which is kind of cool. So it's all, none of his cronies, none of the Memphis Mafia, and not Priscilla, not anybody in the family. It's just not his father, not Colonel Tom Parker. Just Elvis and interviewers. And that's it. And then mixed in is some pretty awesome music and live. Give you a good feel of what Elvis was like live. And how much he enjoyed what he was doing. How much he loved what he was doing. How much he loved his fans. There's this one scene where he's in Vegas and he goes out into the audience and he barely makes it back on the stage. And then I think somebody's like, come out in the audience again. He's like, there's no way in hell I'm coming back out there again. It was truly amazing. His performances were amazing. His voice was incredible. Total entertainer. I don't think, to be honest, I've seen a lot of bands. I truly have. And out of all the bands I've seen, you know, there's a show like where there's just a guy on stage doing stuff. And then there's shows like Kiss where they're blowing up half of the stage. So there's two different kinds of shows. Now, I will say, a young Bruce Springsteen, before he hit his head, and whatever happened to him, allegedly, or at least in my opinion, before he hit his head, and because that's the only explanation that I have. It's my opinion that Bruce might have hit his head, but before Bruce got old, how about that? That works. That's a fact. Before Bruce got old, when he was a young man, and he used to do these crazy stage shows, I would say Bruce put as much energy into his show as Elvis. I'd give Bruce that. Bruce would run all over the place. And you know who else did? Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull. Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull would run all over the stage and put a lot of effort into the show. Just being a guy on this huge stage and trying to get your attention. Because that's what it was kind of about. It was like, hey, I'm under this spotlight. I better do something. In the good old days, now they have, cameras at the show where they have people up on the screen. So if you're in the last row, you can watch it on TV. Which makes no sense to me. How about making the arena smaller or selling less tickets? And then the artist doesn't even have to worry about that pressure of trying to sell out a 40,000 seat arena. But they don't do that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed tonight's therapy session. Elvis Epic was great. I enjoyed it. I think Bumpskey enjoyed it too. In fact, I'm positive she did. If you're an Elvis fan, you're going to love it. And if you don't know anything about Elvis, crystal clear, the audio is great. You get to hear the story right from Elvis. And I couldn't say a bad thing about it. I'd watch it again. So I give a thumbs up to Epic. And that's the good thing about it is nobody paid me to say that. Bumpskey and I paid for our senior tickets. And we are independent thinkers. So I don't get comped by, I forget the guy's name. What's his name? Lars Buzz Armstrong or something? The guy who directed it? I don't know. Baz something, I think. I should know, but I don't. But anyway, so we went, paid our own way, went and saw it, and I thought it was good. All right, go see it. Or watch it when it's on streaming or whatever. I liked it on the big screen because, like I said, it was nice and clear. The sound was good. And I thought it was well done. And Elvis was killer. No disappointment in Elvis at any part of the whole movie. No disappointment. Telling jokes and laughing and having a good old time. He's a good old boy. All right, don't forget, be good to each other. Care about each other, especially now with everything going on. We got to look out for each other. Crazy stuff going on, so keep your eyes open. Pray for the soldiers. Pray to God. Whoever your God is. I know who my God is, so whoever your God is, you pray to that. And pray that people in the Middle East don't get killed. I don't want to see anybody get killed. But I also don't want to see crazy people sending pretty much, I guess, poor religious people who buy into this radical religious part and go around killing people in the name of God. I think that's worse. So hopefully the people of Iran and the people of the Middle East can get this all resolved with the minimal amount of people dying. And hopefully the United States can help them do that and then get the big fuck out of there as quickly as possible. So I hope that's what can happen. I have a feeling President Donald Trump, is a man of his word. And he's saying like 4 weeks and we'll be out of there. So if that was to happen, I'd be, I think, happy. But also I would like to see Israel, make sure what needs to happen happens. So, we can hang and make sure that Israel isn't going to get whooped. And then once Israel's got it under control, let's take the Navy to McDonald's, President Trump. Get the McDonald's carrier over there and start serving up some cheeseburgers. So that's the way I think it should go. 1 month, take care of all these guys. Don't stop. Don't take your foot off the gas until you're done. So if you have a list of 150 guys that you feel if you get rid of these 150 guys, that this will make a change, then make sure you get every 150 of those guys. And I would possibly suggest you might want to look for some of them right here in the United States. Because I'm sure at some point, some of those guys made it to the United States. Just saying. All right, so take care of each other, look out for each other, especially now. Very important. And then if somebody should need help, and they see something or they know something or whatever, help them out. Take care of them. And then if you take care of them, you care about them, you might learn to love that person. And they may be the total opposite of you. And they may disagree with everything that you say. That's okay. Doesn't mean you still can't love that person. You one crazy motherfucker, but I love you. You know what I'm saying? I think we all need to just tone it down a bit. Tone it down. Put your testicles away, okay, everybody? Tone it down. So, I'm praying for the troops. I'm praying for the United States of America and the people, the citizens of the United States of America. I'm praying for President Donald Trump, that God gives him the strength, the wisdom, and the knowledge to do what he needs to do. And I'm praying we got our asses out of Iran in 4 weeks. I'm praying for that. So what are you praying for? Those are the things I'm praying for. And hopefully that'll happen. Peace, everybody. We want to send peace around the world, especially to the Middle East right now. We're sending our peace to you guys. All the soldiers in the Middle East doing what nobody else wants to do. Thank you for your service. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And hopefully you'll be out of there in a month. All right. Much love. And always remember, and never forget.
Chicken parm time.
It truly is chicken parm time.
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right.
If you could stand for our national anthem, that would be fantastic. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? God bless the USA.